Hollywood's golden age wasn't all glitz and glamour. Behind the lights and cameras lurked secrets that rocked the world. From forbidden love affairs to public outcries, these scandals shocked audiences and left legacies that haunt Hollywood to this day. Here are the 10 biggest scandals of classic Hollywood. Let's dive in. Number 10. Judy Garland's harrowing experience on The Wizard of Oz, 1939. Judy Garland is remembered as the darling of Hollywood, but her experience on The Wizard of Oz was far from magical. At just 16, she was thrust into the role of Dorothy, with all the pressure of a high-stakes Hollywood production. Studio executives reportedly enforced a strict diet, limiting her to coffee and soup to keep her looking young and thin, and allegedly gave her amphetamines to maintain her energy on set. Her days were grueling, filled with long hours under intense lights, and she faced constant scrutiny from producers. This abuse left lasting scars on Garland, leading to lifelong battles with addiction and self-image issues. Decades later, her story would fuel debates on the treatment of child stars. But for Judy, the damage was already done. Her legacy remains bittersweet, as Hollywood's darling suffered silently. Number 9. Errol Flynn's party lifestyle and legal troubles. Errol Flynn was one of Hollywood's biggest stars, known for his dashing roles in films like The Adventures of Robin Hood. But behind the swashbuckling exterior was a man whose off-screen life nearly destroyed him. In 1942, Flynn faced accusations of statutory assault. He was acquitted, but the trial exposed his lifestyle, filled with wild parties, heavy drinking, and rumored substance use. Although Flynn tried to rehabilitate his image, the scandal left a permanent mark. Some fans were willing to overlook his troubles, while others saw him as a cautionary tale. Today, Flynn's life is remembered as much for his talent as for the darkness that followed him off-screen, a reminder of Hollywood's toxic mix of fame and excess. Number 8. Marilyn Monroe's alleged affairs with the Kennedys. Marilyn Monroe, the blonde bombshell, captivated audiences around the world. But her allure wasn't limited to the silver screen. Rumors swirled of her involvement with President John F. Kennedy and his brother Robert. Her sultry happy birthday performance for JFK fueled these whispers, hinting at a connection that went beyond politics. Though neither Monroe nor the Kennedys ever confirmed the affairs, her sudden death in 1962 sparked conspiracy theories that have never truly faded. Some believe she knew too much about the political world, while others see her death as a tragic consequence of a life in the spotlight. Whether true or not, the mystery surrounding Marilyn and the Kennedys is one of Hollywood's most enduring scandals. Number 7. Rock Hudson's secret life. In the 1950s, Rock Hudson was the epitome of the Hollywood leading man. Tall, handsome, and charming, he starred in romantic dramas and comedies that made him a household name. But Hudson hid a secret that wouldn't be revealed until the end of his life. He was gay. Hudson's death from AIDS in 1985 shocked fans and cast a spotlight on the stigma surrounding the disease. His revelation also forced Hollywood to confront its own prejudices, as Hudson's legacy shifted from movie star to AIDS awareness advocate. The scandal surrounding his life and death ultimately sparked greater understanding, but the pressures Hudson faced in hiding his true self were tragic. Number 6. Elizabeth Taylor's marriages and affairs. Elizabeth Taylor was Hollywood royalty, and her personal life was as dramatic as her on-screen performances. Married 8 times to 7 different men, Taylor was famously entangled in scandal when she began an affair with Eddie Fisher, who was married to America's sweetheart, Debbie Reynolds. The public was outraged, and fans felt betrayed. Fisher left Reynolds to marry Taylor, creating a media frenzy that dominated tabloids. But Taylor didn't seem fazed by the criticism, and she would go on to marry again and again. Her tumultuous love life became part of her legend, adding a layer of scandal that fascinated fans for decades. Number 5. Lana Turner's daughter and the death of Johnny Stompanato. Lana Turner's life took a tragic twist in 1958 when her mobster boyfriend, Johnny Stompanato, was killed by her own teenage daughter, Cheryl. Cheryl claimed she acted in self-defense, protecting her mother from Stompanato's abuse. Though Cheryl was acquitted, the case haunted Turner, and the scandal dominated headlines. This Hollywood tragedy highlighted the dangerous reality behind Turner's glamorous image, and the media's fascination with the case kept it in the public's mind long after the trial ended. Number 4. Natalie Wood's mysterious death. Natalie Wood was one of Hollywood's most beloved actresses, known for roles in West Side Story and Rebel Without a Cause. But her death in 1981 remains one of Hollywood's biggest mysteries. Found drowned near her yacht, questions swirled about what happened that fateful night, with her husband Robert Wagner and friend Christopher Walken on board. The initial ruling was accidental drowning, but the case was reopened in 2011 due to new testimony. Fans and investigators alike have speculated on what happened, but no definitive answers have surfaced. Wood's death remains a haunting chapter in Hollywood history. Number 3. Fatty Arbuckle's manslaughter trial. Roscoe "Fatty" Arbuckle was one of silent film's biggest stars, but his career was shattered when he was accused of manslaughter in 1921. The case involved the death of actress Virginia Rapp after a party at Arbuckle's hotel suite. Though he was ultimately acquitted, the scandal destroyed his career. Public outrage was immense, and Arbuckle's films were banned in some theaters. His downfall marked one of Hollywood's earliest and most brutal scandals, a dark reminder of fame's fragility. Number 2. Ingrid Bergman's affair and public condemnation. Ingrid Bergman, the star of Casablanca, shocked America when she left her husband for Italian director Roberto Rossellini. The affair was so controversial that Bergman was publicly condemned by a U.S. senator, with some calling her a public sinner. Bergman's career suffered, and she left the U.S. for years to escape the backlash. She eventually returned and won over the public again, but her scandalous love life became an unforgettable chapter in Hollywood history. Number 1. Clark Gable's secret child with Loretta Young. Clark Gable and Loretta Young were Hollywood royalty, but their affair during Call of the Wild led to a shocking secret: an out-of-wedlock child. Young hid her pregnancy, gave birth in secret, and later adopted her own daughter, keeping Gable's paternity hidden until years later. Judy Lewis, their daughter, didn't learn the truth until adulthood, adding a layer of heartbreak to Hollywood's golden couple. This scandal highlighted the extreme measures stars took to protect their images in an unforgiving industry, making it perhaps the most shocking scandal of all. Hollywood's golden age wasn't just glamorous. It was complicated, messy, and at times, dark. Which scandal surprised you the most? And don't forget to subscribe for more scandals and interesting stories.